Today I have the honor of speaking with the founder and CEO of Cupid Delights, Mrs. Shanta Cupid. Shanta, welcome.
Thank you very much for having me, Imran.
So, as you know, I started this channel with the intention to inspire and encourage people who may be hesitant to try new things. So, I wanted to get you on because you took the plunge and now run your own successful business. So, for anyone who doesn't know, tell us a little bit about the business and what you do at Cupid Delights.
Wonderful. Thank you very much for choosing Cupid Delights to have on your platform. It's a pleasure. So at Cupid Delights, we specialize in rotis, Caribbean version rotis. I am from the island of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, like yourself. And roti is something that we completely enjoy in the Caribbean. It's a comfort food. Anybody hears roti, they're ready. Your saliva is already getting excited to eat rotis. And so this is simply what Cupid Delights. This is what we specialize in: roti skins or filled rotis. We have specific days for each item, but it's all about rotis here at Cupid Delights.
Can you tell us a little bit about your background? Or for people who don't know you, what can you tell them about Shanta Cupid?
Shanta Cupid. Shanta Cupid is always smiling. Shanta Cupid loves the Lord. I love to sing. You would always find me in church, singing, worshiping, ushering in persons into the presence of God. And Shanta is a foodie. I love food, hence the reason why I started Cupid Delights. I very much love to eat food, but I also enjoy feeding people. Like anybody who loves food can easily be my friend.
That's brilliant. Thank you very much for that. So you said you said you enjoy feeding people. So at what point did you decide that you want to make this a business?
That's exactly it. So I will take you on a journey with me on how we started um, Cupid Delights. So this actually started off the back of my last pregnancy. My daughter is now 1 year, 4 months, or something like that. But during my pregnancy, I was craving roti like nothing else. And living in the UK, in these country parts, it's very difficult to put your hand on rotis. And I thought, right, the cravings weren't going away. So I decided to go on YouTube and find a recipe and attempt it myself. That's how desperate I became, Imran. I thought, I'm going to try and make myself roti before, back home we say you might mark the child, right? Before my child end up with a roti mark. So I put my hand to flour and I got in there and I made it. And the first time I made it, they came out beautifully. And we had it as a meal, as a family, and everybody was like, Mom, this is amazing. So I thought, you know what? Let's just do that again to make sure it wasn't a fluke, right? So I did it again. And the second time, beautiful once again. So then I called up some of my friends living locally and said, hey, I made roti and they taste really good. So they came over, they had some and all of that. And everybody said, yeah, these are really good to consider selling these things. So I gave some to a couple of my friends and they were saying how good these rotis taste. And they said, this is something that you can sell. And I thought, maybe. And with more and more encouragement coming, I decided, you know what, let me give it a try a Friday and see what the take up is like on it. So I simply made a post on WhatsApp, famous WhatsApp, and just said, I'll be selling rotis on Friday, place your orders. And people ordered. And I was so excited, because I love feeding people. I just had such fulfillment from just doing that. People come in excited to pick up rotis because for them as well, they're unable to find rotis. And here I am being able to supply. So this is how it basically started. Just one attempt, made it good, and then put it out there.
So you said you started this initially as a trial. So at what
Yes,
point did you say, okay, this is what I want to do. I'm going to turn this
yes.
into a business?
So after that initial sort of attempt on that Friday to say, "Hey guys, I'm selling roti," the take up was so good that I thought there's a market for this. The demand is there, and I enjoy doing it. And what better work to do than something that you completely enjoy? So it's a win-win situation. I get to do something that I enjoy, and I get to satisfy persons and make a little money whilst doing it. And having been off work, because by profession, I'm actually a qualified insurance broker. And so that's what far different to making rotis and feeding people, right? Insurance, but we always come across a bit boring, but I am not boring. So I went ahead and said, I'm off work for a year. Let's see how this go. So I just carried on Friday after Friday. This is why at Cupid Delights we have Roti Fridays, because that's how it started. That first Friday became every Friday since then. And we've not stopped apart from, summer holidays. So I can go and have some fun, rest up a little bit, and come back to roti making. So it just took off just based on the demand after that first Friday, and person seemed really interested. And it's just been steady since then.
Very good, very good. Excellent. Thanks for that. So, what would you say are some of the challenges you faced when starting Cupid Delights, and how did you handle them?
There were loads of challenges because one, I just did it for the family. It wasn't meant to be a business from the onset. So I didn't have all the right equipment, I didn't have any machine. It was pretty labor intensive for me. And as the demand grew, it was even more pressure on me. And plus I was a mom, I have a new baby. I have two sons, 9 and 6. And then here I was with a baby and a business, that's seemingly growing. So I had to start to think about what can I do to make life easier for myself. And I thought, if I'm going to really do this thing, I need to start to think about investing into the business. So I did just that. I started buying the right equipment, materials, and really putting some planning in place to lay down roots for the business. That would help me to be more effective and more efficient with my time and stuff like that. So it just turned into a matter of investing, putting money where your mouth is. If I'm gonna do this, let me actually invest in making life easier for me. So those challenges were sort of curbed by having the right material, right equipment, and all of that to use for the business.
Okay, so at this point, do you have any intention to expand? Do you want to open a store or anything like that, or premises?
Oh, Imran, I would love that very much. Actually, today, my husband and I was talking about that, how far we can take this thing, if you really got serious with it. And then just making the full on sacrifice to say, right, is this something I'm gonna just put my all into, forget about everything else and just so there's scope. There are a few such short-term plans. There's a few things I'm hoping to add to the menu. We've had quite a bit of interest from persons who want rotis, but gluten-free rotis. Yeah, so that's something we're trying to work on as well to meet that demand as well, because we want everybody to be able to enjoy rotis. Times are changing, people are becoming, more particular about what they eat and whatever. And this is really good. So it's how we sort of, um, adjust our recipe to suit those persons' need. And then on a Roti Friday, we're looking to include new fillings as well, potentially goat and liver and more veggie options, not giving too much away, but those are the sort of things we're looking at. And in terms of long term, I would absolutely love the idea of having my own shop, just roti central, everything roti, all sorts of fillings. Oh, that would make me so happy. So that's the ultimate goal, by God's grace, but we'll see.
So, as I mentioned before, the ultimate goal of this channel is to inspire people to try new things. So, what would you say to people who want to start a business, a new project, or learn a new skill, but they just don't feel like they have the confidence or training to do so?
What I would say to them is go for it. Because the hardest thing is in life for me is regret. So if you're going to do something, if you have that gut feeling, you have that nudge, there's something pulling you towards this thing, you go to sleep at night, you think about it, you wake up in the morning, you think about it's nudging you, that means it's bubbling up inside of you. And unless you put it out, unless you give it a try and actually make an effort to do it, you're never going to know whether you're going to, succeed or fail. So you don't want to regret not taking that plunge and actually, putting something on the line, because that's what life is about. You want something bad enough, you have to make some sort of sacrifice, you have to take some sort of risk. So you have to be prepared to do that. So I took a leap of faith. I've got my family on board with me now. The kids help out wherever they can, even if it's just to peel potatoes. They have a pride about what I'm doing, so you get them involved. So I'd say to that person, just go for it. If you're passionate about it, you really want to do it, don't hesitate too much. Just go, and then work, tweak the little bits in between, make adjustments to make it work.
No, that's absolutely right. And what I always say to people is that the only way to fail is to quit. So you don't know if
That's
something's
right.
going to go well until you keep going. And the only way to fail is to give up.
That's right.
Yeah. So people might have an idea and they don't have, they don't want to keep it going, or
Or
don't
they
want to
don't even
foster it.
start.
Yeah,
They just leave it as an idea and never actually give birth to it at all, because fear could cripple us in so many ways.
exactly. Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you really just push yourself, then you just never know the outcome until you try.
So for people who want to get in touch with you, how can they do that? Do you have any social media links or anything else that they can use?
Yes. Yes, I do. So I am on the popular ones, so Facebook and Instagram. And most person contact me through WhatsApp as well. That's also very popular. So on Facebook, I'm Cupid Delights. So you can search for me there. On Instagram, I am Cupid Delights combined 1D. And all of my details are on WhatsApp. Not sorry, all of my details are on Facebook in
Yeah.
terms of links. I've got a website as well where persons can order roti skins. We post them out every Tuesday. So on Tuesdays, that's sort of our designated roti skins or roti shells, depending on where you're from. So roti skins are posted out on a Tuesday, and filled rotis are available every Friday for those who are local. So wherever you are in the UK, I do European deliveries as well. But generally, persons within the UK, if you are not local to me, don't worry, we've got you covered. We post out roti skins every Tuesday. We have a website, and I'm sure Imran will have the website link for you to see. If you click link, it will take you to the website, and you would then be able to place your order. It's a very simple process in terms of placing your order. It just asks you how many you want. Minimum is 5. You place your address information in there, you get an email, and you follow the email prompt in terms of making payment. And your packages will go out on Tuesday. You'll get them bright and early Wednesday and have your curries ready.
And I'll leave a link to that information in the description below. So Shanta, thanks very much for coming on.
It's an absolute pleasure. Anytime. Thank you very much for having me.
And that's it for today's video. So thanks so much for watching. If you liked the video and you want to see more interviews or more content like this, let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you in the next video.